You're having one-on-ones, but are they really working? What are some ways that you can tell if your one-on-ones aren't working? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about 5 signs that your one-on-ones might not be working. So let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm an engineering manager at a tech company. And today we're going to talk about 5 signs that your one-on-ones aren't working. One-on-ones are a critical part of being a good engineering manager, but they can take a lot of preparation, time, and effort, and so it can be difficult to know whether or not they're actually working. So in this video, I'm gonna go through 5 different signs that can help you determine whether or not your one-on-ones are actually having the impact that you want them to. The first sign is that you do most of the talking. One-on-ones are meant to be a conversation between you and your direct report. But often engineering managers go into these meetings with a list of things they want to talk about, and then they just end up talking at their direct report instead of having a conversation. This can be for a number of reasons. Maybe you have a lot of things that you want to cover, and so you don't leave enough time for your direct report to share. Or maybe you're nervous about having these conversations, so you try to fill the silence by talking more. Or maybe you feel like you're in a position of authority, and so you feel like you need to be the one driving the conversation. But whatever the reason, if you find that you're doing most of the talking during your one-on-ones, it's a sign that something isn't working right. There are a few ways you can address this. First, make sure you have dedicated time for your direct report to share with you. You can start by asking open-ended questions like, what's going well for you? What's not going well for you? Do you have anything you want to talk about? Second, try to be more mindful of how much you're talking during the one-on-one. It can be helpful to set a timer for yourself so that you don't dominate the conversation. Third, remember that one-on-ones are a safe space for your direct reports to come to you with any issues or concerns they might have. So if you're coming off as judgmental or like you're in a position of authority, you might be making your direct report less likely to open up to you. So make sure you're creating an environment where they feel comfortable sharing. A second sign that your one-on-ones aren't working is that your direct report does not come to you with problems. If your one-on-ones are truly a safe space, where your direct report knows that they can come to you with anything, then they should be coming to you with problems as well. Problems will always arise at work, and it can be easy for those problems to start piling up if your direct report feels like they can't come to you and talk about them. A direct report who is uncoming to you with problems may be feeling like they can't come to you with anything, which means that your one-on-ones aren't working. So what can you do about this? First, make sure you're actively creating a culture of psychological safety within your team. Psychological safety is essential for creating a space where people feel like they can take risks, speak up, and be vulnerable without fear of negative consequences. You can learn more about how to build psychological safety in my video on the topic. Second, if you notice that your direct report isn't coming to you with problems, ask them why. Be direct and honest about your concern that they haven't come to you with anything, and ask if there's anything preventing them from doing so. They might be worried that you'll be upset with them, or that they'll be seen as a problem employee if they come to you with too many problems. Reassure them that you're there to help and that you won't hold it against them if they come to you with a problem. The third sign that your one-on-ones aren't working is that your direct report doesn't have any goals. In order for a one-on-one to be effective, your direct report needs to have clear goals that they're working towards. If you're not spending time during your one-on-ones setting goals and talking about how to achieve them, then your one-on-ones aren't working. Goals provide direction and motivation. And when your direct report has clear goals, they're more likely to stay focused and be productive. So if you notice that your direct report doesn't have any goals, it's time to have a conversation about it. Ask them what their goals are and what they're working towards. If they don't have any goals, ask them why and try to understand any barriers they might be facing. Once you have a better understanding of the situation, you can work together to set some goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Another sign that your one-on-ones aren't working is that your direct report isn't growing. The point of having a one-on-one is to help your direct report grow and develop in their career. If you're not seeing any growth or development over time, then something isn't working right. Growth can look different for each person. It could mean taking on more responsibility, learning new skills, or getting promoted. But whatever it looks like, it's important to be having regular conversations with your direct report about their growth and development. So if you notice that your direct report isn't growing, ask them what their goals are and how you can help them achieve them. You should also be thinking about how you can provide feedback and coaching to help your direct report improve. Remember that growth takes time, but you should be seeing some progress over the course of several one-on-ones. And the last sign that your one-on-ones aren't working is that you don't have a consistent cadence. One-on-ones are an important part of being an engineering manager, and they require a lot of preparation, time, and effort. As a result, it can be tempting to just squeeze them in whenever you have time. However, this can lead to inconsistent cadences and can make it difficult for your one-on-ones to be effective. When you have a consistent cadence for your one-on-ones, it shows your direct report that you're committed to their development, and it gives you both the opportunity to regularly check in and make sure that everything is on track. It also allows you to build a stronger relationship with your direct report since you're getting together on a regular basis. So if you notice that your one-on-ones are all over the place and you don't have a consistent cadence, it's time to make a change. Set a regular time to have your one-on-ones, whether it's every week, every other week, or once a month. Just make sure that you stick to the schedule as much as possible. If you need to reschedule for some reason, let your direct report know as soon as possible and make sure to have a backup plan in case something comes up again. In conclusion, one-on-ones are an important part of being an engineering manager. They provide an opportunity to build relationships, give feedback, and help your direct reports grow and develop. However, one-on-ones can take a lot of preparation, time, and effort, and so it can be difficult to know whether or not they're actually working. Hopefully, the tips we shared in this video will help you determine whether or not your one-on-ones are working and make sure they're providing the most value they can for you and your team. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button below. And remember to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.